The Christmas miracle has arrived. Finally got that MG Barbatos. Definitely top 2 kit of the year. I'm gonna have to go with that new, I think RG #1, and then this looks like it's probably #2. So had to crack that open and take a look at it, because I was like, nothing to talk about. This is gonna be another Gundam. Red, white, yellow, blue. Nah, there's some nice stuff in there. Oh, look at that. P Bandai. Heavy Arms Custom. Endless Waltz. And then we'll get into these color shifts from Vallejo. But let's look at this Barbatos first. Alright, about the only criticism I can say, that mac and cheese yellow. Just a straight up American cheese. I can't wait to get yellow. Red looks good. White is white. This gold, not the greatest gold, but it has a nice finish on it, which really helps it. So it's more of like a bronze. Yeah, I don't think it's even a gold. But love it or hate it, you're not going to see it because it's all underneath the armor. This is really cool. So all your energy things he has, there's nice clear parts. Love that they did that. Stickers are so minimal on this, they're all marking for what I can tell. We'll look at that again, but I'm pretty sure all the stickers are marking stickers. Yep. Looks good. Love that. And then this is what I was talking about, how all that bronze is going to be covered up by the armor. It's all in the inner frame. Weapons, not that weird brown that they did on the 1/100. They are like a very dark gray with maybe a hint of brown in them. But they look good. The blue. Loving that blue. Not your normal Gundam blue. Like that blue. And lots of white parts. Lots of inner frame. Nice detail on it. Look at the detail on the head. Very nice detail. Hands. So looking good there. Hoses look good. Yeah, some nice detail on this kit. And then what's really nice is they gave you these silver pieces for the pistons. So I guess these are the rods to the pistons. I think this looks like it's sprayed. I don't think this is actually molded in that color. I think it's sprayed, but you don't have to worry about any marks on it because everywhere you're cutting is a connection point, so you'll never see them. So that looks really good. And that is a nice silver. So very nice job. More weapons. And here's that brown color. So the gun has that weird brown color. A little lighter than on the 1/100s. And you see how these are cut out so those energy sections will show through. Really cool. Really smart. So you got a really nice inner frame. And then some nice layering of parts. Which is going to give you a nice kit. Oh, and they also gave you 2 Mikas as the pilot, if I can find that again. Which is nice because, I mean, we're used to seeing pilots, but this is clearly Mika, not any old pilot. So here he is, no shirt on, sitting in the cockpit. And here he is with that giant jacket on. So let's look at the super pro painter here who did those little things justice. Alright, so a couple of gimmicks. The piston's moving. Posability looks great. I mean, definitely going to need a stand for that kind of pose. Obviously, you're going to put all his guns on him. I would think he'd be back heavy, so don't expect him to stand like that. But I think this is definitely a kit you put on a stand so you can get some crazy poses going. And he looks like he has all the articulation to do it. Alright, so super happy with that. I think we have, well, they're flying, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of them left. Definitely get on them on the first run because rarely enough they're going up like $2 on the second shipments. That's not me, that's the distributors. So, and I guess that's really Bandai. I pass that on all the way down. So, I think I should get another shipment, hopefully this Friday. Hoping. And they probably will still be at the $50 price point, but after that, I'm sure they'll be $52. All right. And now let's move on to the color shift. So, got the Turbo Dork months ago and really liked it, but Turbo Dork was a pain in the butt to get. You had to get it direct from them. They wanted you to buy a ton of it. Or I have one distributor. Usually I like to deal on stuff where I have multiple distributors. I have one distributor that I really don't buy anything else from, and it has minimums. So it was not worth me buying it. So I did some tests real quick to see how Turbo Dork and the Vallejo match up. So first thing's interesting about the Vallejo, their colors look much more like pearls. A lot of them do. So they are very white with the colors in them. You can't even really tell what color they are. They are nicely labeled, and they tell you pretty much what the colors are. Turbo Dork have these really clever names, funny names, but they don't tell you a damn thing about what color it is. 3D glasses, afterburner. They really don't represent what they are. Interestingly enough, I did my first run with the Vallejo over a white piece, and it looked really weird. Actually, I read the bottle, said do it over dark, but I was like, let me try it over white. And they come out really weird. So then I went back and I said, I never tried my Turbo Dorks over white. Let me try that. And they also looked really weird. So these colors need to be sprayed over dark. I did not paint gloss black like they both suggest to do. I found a Def Scythe and ripped some parts off of it that were super dark gray, I guess they are. So let's look at some of these colors. But the side note to that is, depending on what your base color is, you can get different effects. And especially with the Vallejo, I think you'll get some cool effects if you want to do pearls. So this pearl, we can focus here. Focus, there we go. This pearl has pale blue in it. So this is over white, and you get this nice pale, like a little blue shimmer in there. Actually, more yellow. So what happens is whatever the lighter color is what color picks up the most. So in this one, it was supposed to shift from gold to blue. I see hardly any blue, but I'm getting a lot of gold and a little bit of a reddish hue. So you don't actually get the true color. But if you want to do pearls, or if you want to do some kind of weird pearl fade that had several different pearls going to different colors, it'd be really nice over whites. Or you could try it over reds and blues and all kinds of different colors. You can put down whatever you want as your base and see what happens. It could be interesting. You get a whole lot more variance in colors by basing the kit in a different color and just applying light coats. Now, both of them suggest light coats. I was in a rush. I threw down some pretty heavy coats, so they're not perfect. This is the same gold pale blue over a very dark gray, almost black. And look at that, and it has a very nice shift to it. I will say the Vallejos have a more subtle shift than the Turbo Dorks, but Vallejo also has smaller sparkles, particles, whatever you call those things, the glitter in there. It's smaller, it's finer. So, and if you're doing nice fine coats, I would think it almost completely blend in to look like one nice super flat color. A couple of mine, as I threw it on so heavy, I can still, it's kind of separated. I can still see some black through there. All right, let's move on to, I try to guess what colors the Turbo Dorks are and try to get similar colors in the Vallejo, but it's really hard since they're like afterburner. No idea what that means. So I did orange to violet. This is over a white, and this is actually a pretty nice color. This color, as you can see, has a lot more color in it. So when it was sprayed over white, it showed more color. This is much more similar to how the Turbo Dorks are, where they're very heavy in color. This is the same color over the very dark gray, almost black. The color shift is very subtle, but it's there. Let's see if we can get it up. here, maybe get a little more. There we go. There's a nice color shift. Hey. And then we have electric blue to intense of violet. This one I really like. So this is what I was trying to get with the 3D glasses, trying to see. But look at that. You got a nice purple shift there. Look at that purple. And hopefully, I doubt you can tell, but part of the it's a little finer than the Turbo Dork, and the Turbo Dork's a little thicker of a paint. But nothing wrong with that. Probably coats a little quicker. And Vallejo being a much bigger company, otherwise they have a much better distribution, they also are cheaper. So Turbo Dork, I think I was selling at about $7. And I'm selling the Vallejo at $5. So nice little savings there. And then here was a test with the Turbo Dorks over white. So Afterburner looks really strange over white. So you definitely want to go with the dark colors, unless that's the effect you want. And then the 3D glasses had a little better coverage, much like the Vallejo's orange to violet. It had better coverage, but it's strange looking. So we're definitely meant to go over dark colors. So that means you might want to, if you don't airbrush, you'd probably want to base it in a black gloss spray paint. And then both of these can be hand brushed. I have not tried that myself. They are airbrush ready, so they're probably a little thin, which means you really don't have to water them down. But Vallejo's will be available. At the moment, they're sold in box sets. So you got Magic Dust, Space Dust, and Galaxy Dust. And these box sets are kind of pricey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bust them open. You can buy what you want. They will be on the shelf, opened up, and you grab the colors you need and want. And eventually, I think they're supposed to release them as individual colors too. And hopefully even more colors will be coming soon. Maybe some crazy metallics. Vallejo actually has a decent range of metallic colors, so they probably don't need just metallics, but they might come out with some more funky colors after they start messing with this stuff. All right, guys, enjoy your Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. And I'm sure I'll talk to you before New Year's. We got a potluck this weekend. Definitely come through and grab your Barbatos. Peace.